Привет, Креда. Что почти прошел?
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. Finders keepers. If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade. Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Давайте. Этот челлендж можно попробовать.
Ever felt a soulwood gourd? Like picking up broken glass barehanded. At Zolwood Grove, marshals learned to make every shot count.
Ебать, Мара, ты старые скриншоты находишь.
The trick was to pop all those nasty gourds without wasting ammo. Most marshals didn't get far on their first few tries. Had to catch a bunch of those gourds in a single shot. Funny thing about muskets is they work best up close.
Тут уже похуй. Надо узнать, сколько нужно. 22 шота. 22 вполне реально. Если получше расположить жопу.
Kid takes a little personal time for just him and his favorite musket. Plenty of gourds to go around, even now. Marshals like to fine-tune their muskets to get better results. The best of the best cleared the course in just a few shots.
First prize? Нихуя себе. Ну, мушкет, видно, мое оружие.
Kid probably could have made himself marshal one day. You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
Кольнула в сердечке Мара.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
Ну да, наверное.
Riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She'll send some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbreak. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. Kid almost falls again. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Ну, получается, как я пройду Бастиона, я пойду в этот кластерфак.
At least she picked a good spot for a break. The core's right there.
Так что просыпайтесь, люди.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers. They had their own eyes on the core, but why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. Windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoes them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 5 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Понимаю.
Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? The other kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
Блять, а где?
Someday those tears are gonna spill. So deep that wrong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Walk up to the sky.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill. Someday those tears are gonna spill. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Gonna build that wall up to the sky.
They'll be here before too long.
Єй.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. Behold, the Pantheon.
Блять, я даже еще не 4-й уровень. Жесть.
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them. Points just don't get any sharper than that. The marshals learned to pack those shells full of fire.
Чуть-чуть прокачаю шотган.
We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds. The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two. Savage things lurking at every turn. good thing pin cushions can't see where they're shooting. By now, kids got more needles in them than a stab weed. Checkers got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. The kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the calamity. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Slinger Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him. Kid sticks to his old standbys.
Старый добрый мушкет не разочарует.
Kid's roused up half the wild by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad. Wild green vine apples about the only good thing out here. Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. He's anxious to get back.
Блять, ну мне не хватает штук. Мне 800 надо.
After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot.
Как я нажал студио мод?
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a...
Я что, случайно на OBS могу нажать в игре?
Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says. But I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped, started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. The Gravers, the arm of justice, they seemed unstoppable. The
1
To master the musket, you gotta get rid of the recoil. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. Sometimes a single look says it all. The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
Теперь новые карты, понимаю.
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards
спуститься можно.
They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good, for all I know.
Зато хорошую музыку включили.
Somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf, pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kids
Ебайте чувака трипы.
Ceylonia's famous watering holes. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronnie, the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
Ебать наратор, конечно.
He